there together where you're like, okay, yeah, no, this is the thing?
Yeah, I think the chemistry read is what really sold us. Once we put the scene on its feet and we got to see each other, it was like, oh yeah, this is Cal and this is Jules, 1,000%.
It's like a meant to be situation. You all know my story.
Tell it again.
Basically, Imani just looks at me, and that was the end. We don't even need to do a scene. Hire this woman immediately. And that's how it went down. It was great.
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
Oh, love it. Okay, so I don't know if you heard me say useless lesbian vampire that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you know, so one of the things I love about Calliette is that she does not fit the vampire stereotype.
Not at all.
Not at all. She's not mysterious. She's not confident. She's a little bit awkward. We love an awkward lesbian. Before. How did you wrap yourself around this character?
How did I what?
Wrap yourself around this character.
It was very easy. I realized. I mean, again, you heard my chemistry. I was just an awkward puddle of feelings. Oh God. No. I don't know. It's so funny because when I was 16, I feel like I wasn't as awkward as I am now. I think with age, I've become more awkward. I don't know how.
It's supposed to go the other way.
It is supposed to go the other way. I'm like reverse puberty now. I don't know why, but it was really easy to slip into her shoes. So and honestly, I love quirky characters. I love like the Olive Pendergast type from Easy A. Like that's my favorite type of character, and I felt like she was my Olive Pendergast, and it was such a joy and just a treat. That's the best I can say.
I think we all agree that she is just a treat.
Just a little treat.
Little useless lesbian vampire. Imani. And I apologize, guys. I have laryngitis. Don't feel bad for it. It's really not that big of a deal. I just feel bad that I can't give you my full voice here. But so Imani, Cal is in an impossible situation. You know, she's been assigned to kill this little lesbian vampire. Nearly does it.
Yeah,
nearly does it. But love gets in the way.
Yeah. Love to see it.
Now Cal is so dedicated to her family. And finds herself defying them and everything she has ever learned. And I sort of see this as an allegory for the coming out process, but I'd really love to get your thoughts on Cal's complicated journey.
Oh man, I think Cal enters the story like so sure of who she is and who she wants to be and who she feels like she's predestined to be, but I think Cal is all of us in the sense that certain things just introduce themselves into our lives and change our way of thinking. You know, I always bring it up, I use the analogy, it's like going to college for 4 years to be a doctor and then fall in love with pottery. I want to make faces, you know what I mean? So I feel like, if you like making pottery, make that pottery, you know? Like, just because everyone says you're supposed to be a doctor, or, or do both, you know? So I think when I see Cal, I see somebody that is true to themselves and certain to an extent, but still is open to evolving and changing. And I think that's important, that we change and we allow ourselves the space to change and grow. Shout out to Cal.
I'm curious about how much you knew about the lesbian vampire sort of lore. Like, were you familiar with, like, Carmilla, for instance, which is kind of your fandom process?
Carmilla fan. I actually was given Carmilla, when I booked the role, our producer, Garrett Price, sent it over to me, so I read it before filming, but that was my first...
Right, you read the book.
I read it.
But did you watch the series?
I did not. I'm so sorry. I feel terrible. Oh no.
Well, this isn't super fun.
Oh no.
It's okay, you're not a
I'll
cream
watch
puff, it's
it.
okay.
No, I'll watch it when I get home.
Imani, what about you? Were you familiar with your fan and predecessor, Carmilla?
Not in the slightest. But only because, like, I'm super scared. No, I'm scared of everything. So, like, anything with, like, scary stuff or, like, vampires and stuff, I was like,
Stay away.
but that's because I'm scary, you know what I mean?
Okay, but how about this? Were you familiar with Buffy? Jules and Cal have a very Buffy Angel kind of thing. Did you find any inspiration in that connection?
Well, I mean, first off, with Buffy in general, I felt like when I was auditioning for Juliet and with this whole Buffy aspect to the story, I mean, Sarah Michelle Gellar plays Buffy, and I was like, SarahCatherine Hook has to play it. It is written in the stars. So I think, that's, but no, honestly, like once I watched First Kill, I really saw the Buffy.